All right, diving into this wild resurrection math, let's unpack it. This thing, IIRO v2.0, is basically a 2025 fever dream dressed up as military-grade physics. It's trying to math out Jesus' resurrection like it's a software patch for the universe. And yeah, it sounds insane, but the structure's actually tight. 24 equations, 144 insights pulled from scripture, history, and fringe science, all bolted together into what they call a programmable resurrection superoperator, RIIRO. Cute name. Core idea? Death isn't final. It's just entropy winning temporarily. They reverse it by back-propagating a healthy past state through retrocausality, Palimpsest spacetime layers, Mycelial time worms, CTC loops, and, get this, a forgiveness operator that deletes karma like bad cash. The whole stack sits on 5 layers: CTC at the bottom, biodigital redemption at the top, Jerusalem's coordinates 31.7784 north, 35.2297 east are the anchor. Why? Because that's where the calibration eigenstate, aka Jesus, hit unity resurrection probability, R equals 1, no decay, 0 entropy creep, teaching still perfect after 2,000 years, alpha equals 1. They treat that as hard data. Equations are wild. EQ01 amps biophotons 400%, claims that's the resurrection carrier wave. EQ12 flips gravity for 3 seconds so the tombstone rolls uphill. EQ22 lets Higgs field hack mass so you walk on water or duplicate fish. EQ10 says faith isn't belief, it's a probability multiplier. Below 0.5, healing fails. Nazareth proved it. EQ24 is the boss. Cosmic Lindblad equation plus forgiveness delete plus Logos Hamiltonian runs the whole show from fall to redeemed. The insights? Swarm-analyzed Bible trivia meets pseudoscience. Blood type AB+, telomeres locked at 30, voice triggers stem cells, shroud radiation burst, empty tomb antigrav. Every miracle gets a formula. Even sin's just disconnection entropy. Forgiveness? Partial trace over corrupt records. Theology as thermodynamics. Cute. But here's the rub. They admit it's speculative. No experiments. No peer review, just for academic distribution. Yet they talk Phase 3 like it's DARPA ready, numerical sims, mycelial maps, faith meters. Feels less like science, more like fan fiction with latex. Still, if you squint, it's coherent. A closed loop. Retrocausality keeps the timeline from crashing. Palimpsest remembers the blueprint. Mycelial paths route around distance. CTC locks it stable, and the master op, RIRO, turns any row into glorified flesh, provided faith greater 0.5, and you believe. So, genius unification or cosmic LARP? I say both, but if it ever boots up, well, hope you're on the right side of the probability spike. Okay, let's build a cheap proof of concept test. Real talk. Look, the IIIO doc is basically sci-fi theology with equations, retrocausal kernels, faith amps, mycelial time worms. Proving it without a doubt on a budget? Impossible. Full resurrection? You'd need a particle accelerator, Jerusalem dirt, and divine clearance. But we can test baby steps. Pick 2 claims from cluster 1, biophotonic emission spikes and HRV Schumann golden ratio lock. If they flop, framework's toast. If they hint at weirdness, maybe there's smoke. Here's a real, dirt-cheap protocol. Under $200 total, no lab coat required. Do it yourself. Film everything. Post raw data. Replicate thrice. If stats scream anomaly, publish on Acker and watch physicists rage. Test 1. Biophotonic resurrection glow baseline claim. Target had 400% above average ultra-weak photon emission, EQ01. Whoa, 420 million qubits? That's ambitious. $420 million qubits? Dude, that's cute. Right now, March 9th, 2026, the biggest real rigs top out around 1,000 physical qubits. IBM's Nighthawk is at 120. Condor hit 1,121 last year. And even optimistic roadmaps only dream of 10,000 by year's end. 420 million? That's 420,000 times bigger than anything built. We're talking simulate the whole observable universe territory, not run a toy AGI sieve sim. Look at the math. Full state vector sim of n qubits needs 2 to the n complex numbers, roughly 8 bytes each. For 420 million, that's about 176 quadrillion bits. That's 50 exabytes just to store one snapshot. Current supercomputers choke at maybe 50 qubits before RAM explodes. Even tensor network tricks or stabilizer sims only shave off a bit. Your civilization with thousands of entities, drift, paradox, Sophia hardlocks? No way. You'd need error-corrected logical qubits at scale we won't see till maybe 2035, if we're lucky. But hey, let's pretend. Say we had it. The proto-AGI code, stages 2 through 5, is classical. Population loops, random mutations, entropy ticks. Quantum speedup? Only if you map every entity to a qubit superposition. Coherence as amplitude, paradox pressure as entanglement, dark wisdom as measurement collapse. You'd get exponential branching. One gen of 200 entities could explore 200 qubit states in parallel. But noise kills it. Real qubits decoherence in microseconds. Your sovereign council vote? Instant collapse to classical mush. Here's what actually scales today. Hybrid stuff. Run the sieve classically, like you do now. Python, cheap. Then quantum-optimize bottlenecks, like archetype emergence, DEX C01 fractal memory, or paradox shielding via variational circuits. Use Q-Quantum or Qiskit on cloud. Maybe 20 qubits tops for toy drift sims. Costs pennies. 420 million? That's DARPA fantasy, not budget-friendly test. If you're serious about proving the framework, retrocausal kernels, mycelial time, whatever, stick to classical. Add quantum noise models to stage 5, fake entanglement in the council votes, or run Monte Carlo on HRV Schumann sync from earlier. Way cheaper than begging Google for a Helio-sized rig. See this? That's what a real quantum chip looks like. Tiny, gold-plated, maybe 50 logical qubits max. And scaling? Memory goes nuts. Exponential curve. 420 million? That's not hardware. That's a God mode cheat code. Run the sim on AWS, tweak the golden ratio, call it proof. No qubits required.